Hi, chat. Hello. Y'all are gonna see me start tweaking out here in a second because I'm gonna clean my glasses, which is not gonna translate. Actually, I think it's gonna be fine. I don't know why I thought that was gonna be some sort of ordeal. Guess I forgot that I take my glasses off of my face when I clean them. You guys want some You guys want some asthma? POV. You're a used up glasses wipe. And I'm fondling you. Yeah, you like it when I pinch you up against my glass? Oh, you like it when I pinch you up against my glass? Psst, 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 psst. Tell your cat I said hello. Something's purring. And it's not my cat. You mean I did all that and it's still smudgy? Come on. I'm a filthy... I've been sick. No. See, I have... Now look, this is not great for the environment. But which... The Zeiss lens wipes are the best lens wipes. Microfiber cloths, for me, they eventually get so dirty that, like, it ain't popping. It ain't popping. And I'm real picky. Like, it has to be the Zeiss ones. The other ones are too wet. Well, Thea, I've washed a microfiber cloth, and it don't... I'm probably doing it wrong. To be fair, I never, like, looked how to properly wash a microfiber cloth. I guess that makes sense. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the countdown to the Finn plushie. Is there not a link pinned? I could have swore that I've pinned this. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Hold on. Is it gonna let me? There you go. So hi, I'm sick. Between last week's stream and this week's stream, I managed to get a nasty cold. So that's fun. So I wanted to have Finn host the plushie event. I thought that would have been cute. But my my voice, it doesn't really... Well, I guess... All right, well... Yeah, I mean, it's all right. I got a little bass to it. Yeah, I don't want to... I was worried. I can't go to bed. I have capitalism to do. And did you guys see that we've got tomorrow's Finn audio scheduled? It's the big one. Finn's really about to do his big one. Finn is really about to do his big one. This audio is a big deal. I will be doing Q&A stuff. Heads up, the base shipping, I'm sure this is going to vary depending on where you're at, but the tariff edition comes in the shipping, and for standard, I think continental US, it's $8.99 shipping, which sucks, but I thought it was going to be a lot worse, so you know, it's hard to, I don't want to call it a W because it is an L. The tariffs in general are a big, fat, stinky L. But the damage could have been, in this specific instance, I thought it could have been way worse. Yes, there were 2 audios scheduled like 2 minutes apart. Monday, we continue Thomas's origin story over in Everlast, so you should probably go listen to that if you haven't already, the first episode, because the second episode also features our dear 3 kobolds in a trench coat as Edwin. Although the tone is a bit different. Let's see, what can I tell you guys about the Finn audio? It is 43 minutes. It's a big boy. Contains quite a lot of scene transitions. Honestly, I wanted it to be longer, but it felt like it reached a good stopping point. So yeah, there's gonna be, I feel like people will have a lot to talk about, so that'll be fun. Is anybody getting a Nintendo Switch 2 tomorrow? I'm not. I'm not, by the way. I'm sure I will, but yeah, I gotta. Boop, 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 boop. My cat, little Miss Fleona, she got spayed, and then proceeded to try and like murder herself. But she did. She's okay. Much less ridiculous today. She for real was like, "Oh, I recently got stitched up. I'm gonna jump off of tall things and land on my face and sprint at full speed." Yeah, it was a lot. Yeah, they're like, "Oh, she'll be a little loopy. She's gonna sleep a lot for the rest of the day." No. 30 minutes was all it took for her to try and sprint. She's a calico, but I like to say that her base color is orange. Like, I feel like she's got orange cat energy, but like worse. She's a crackhead. Like, I use that term sparingly, but yeah, I think she's a little ridiculous. Three minutes until Finn goes live. I can't wait to take pictures. I'm gonna be doing like little videos and promo for the plushie. I need to tough it out and do a couple of VTuber Finn promos for the plushie as well. I had done it, but I fucked up and the audio was messy, so oops. He is like if a man was blonde, but also a plushie. The campaign is going to be 2 weeks. Probably, listen, everybody knows that it gets extended now, right? Like, I don't think it's a shock to anyone. We've done this so many times. They could one day be like, nah, we don't want to make any more money. But I don't think that will be the case. But I would treat it like the clock is accurate. All right, we're coming, it's coming down. I'm gonna have to fandangle the screen after this. It is a flex. The faster we hit certain benchmarks, it is a flex. And is a good gauge of success. I think they do. I think they do look at that stuff. Dude. Oh. Findangle. Hi, Thu. I feel very... Wiggly's not the word. Wavy. This is more of a wave than a wiggle. My head feels like a balloon. "30 seconds. Oh my god. All right, now I'm wiggling. We are doing Q&A, by the way. We are doing Q&A. The form is in the description. We can put it in the chat eventually, but I will not pin it because I feel like the plushie probably needs to be pinned. All right. And we are live. Oh, all right. I'm refreshing the page. I'm refreshing the page. Here we go. All right, so let me pretend that this is not ridiculous, what you're about to see. Boom. First one sold. Here we go. Wait, I don't like that you can barely... There we go. There we go. Can I zoom? I feel like this is gonna not look good. It's gonna fuck everything up. Never mind. Thank you, everyone. Somebody mentioned them. Okay, yeah, Thea got that. All right. So our goal, so at 200, he is funded, which means, okay, he's definitely getting made. He will be shipped to you when he is produced, etc. But what we've learned is our goal is about 500. 500 plushies is kind of the benchmark. That's where Alphonse, Charlie, Seth almost got there, and he would have got there, but I fucking forgot that I needed to... I was going to order the last chunk needed, and then I didn't until the time ran out. So that's a shame. And obviously, I'm going to say this... I'm going to say this ahead of time. I know times is hard. Like, circumstances have changed over the past year. Do not feel like you have to put yourself out to get a plushie. I know it's really cool. I know people would like to have a set, but also don't break your back over a plushie. For me, this is just a cool thing. Like, this is obviously there's a monetary aspect, right? But like, for me, I want people to just have cool stuff. That's why, like, on the merch shop, my margins of like how much I profit on a piece of merch, I try to keep it as available as I can. Not so much like, oh, if I, like, for example, I think I make like $1 on Alphonse's sweater, which is the best-selling piece of merch. I would rather people get cool shit than me, like, make money. So, I do this stuff because I think it's cool to have made things that people can have plushies of. That makes me happy. So, yeah. Anywho, that was a lot of yapping. Just to say thank you, everyone who's going to get a plushie. Yeah. So, yeah. I've posted... Let me check the social mediums, because I had scheduled posts everywhere. Let me check. Yes. Okay, so that post is up. That post is up. Cool. Oi. Thank you, everybody. Yeah. So, happy Pride, yes. Hello, my gay babies. All the streams are left, they're in the live tab on, when you go to the channel page. Finn's birthday confuses me. So does summer solstice, it's either the 20th or the 21st, right? Like it is not always consistent. It changes. Am I right about that? Because, like, basically his birthday is this summer solstice. Oh, my nose. Thank you for following me on Twitter. Oh, if you guys want to be big homies, if you like and share all the posts over Twitter and Tumblr are the two that have been posted, I believe. Oh my goodness. Oh, let me look at... That's not what I was looking for. I never pulled it up. I talked all that shit about the stream questions. There we go. Let's see. Libby Pops asked how my day's going. I'm good. I wish I didn't have a cold. I'm almost better. I'm like a day or two away from being perfectly fine, but I can tell that it has not been a good time. The cough has chilled out. The cough was the real issue. Ben Nibs says, are you able to tell us if Sunflower is getting bones, parentheses, a canon plotline? I use that phrase because you referred to Finn's listeners having no bones, only one-shot plotlines. Yes. So I would say this, what's really special about this upcoming Finn audio, it integrates him into the narrative. He's always kind of existed in a bubble, and now he's being woven into current events in the narrative. He is going to exist within the narrative. There's a canon thing going on. So almost in the same way that, like, you could go back pre-Bittersweet and listen to Alphonse's content, you could go and listen to the, like, whole Garden Variety Finn playlist, and you could be like, oh yeah, that's, you know, it's canon to the events, but in a hand-wavy way. And this marks the beginning of whatever Finn has going on. So, like, really, this probably is the start of a series that should have a proper name, but I don't know what that is yet. Hey, big dog. I'm making a version of Finn in a drag persona because my brain is plagued with RuPaul at the moment. I'm here to ask, would Finn's makeup be very big and glamorous, or would it be a simple drag look? Honestly, he would just be like Little Shop of Horrors. No, honestly, it would probably be simple because I feel like that fits with Finn's personality. But also, what if he was just a plant? Taro Taro asks, will every Yuri boy get a VTuber / PNG tuber model eventually? Man, that sort of was the plan. But man, it takes so fucking long. It's impossible to get, like, consistency. Because, like, in a perfect world, I would have matching, like, same artist, same rig, the boys, right? It's impossible. It's impossible. I just don't, I'm sick of, like, chasing leads, trying to make that happen. I just, you know, I feel like it was a worthwhile investment, but I just don't, I don't have it in me. I don't have it in me, bro. Will we ever get to see any other of the YuuriVoice boys' parents, or will they just remain unseen? I'm not in a rush to make a bunch of characters who don't have a big role to play. You know? Because, like, bear in mind, you have to do character design. So that's, you know, effort to put into it. I'm not in a rush. Pride Month question. How do you think each of the main boys would celebrate Pride Month? Oh man. Oh man. I feel like Alphonse is the one I could see out and about, like at a Pride festival, right? I feel like he would thrive in that environment. As for everybody else, I don't know. I'm bad at, like, what do you think these 10 characters would do? Because my brain doesn't want to process that many characters. I remember getting this question on Tumblr. Will there ever be Pride Month merch in the future, even if it's limited edition? What I would want to do is I would want to plan to make merch that we would then, whatever, the proceeds would go to a charity, right? I think that's what I would like to do, but that requires some planning, and I have not planned. But I would like to. I think that's a good idea. In honor of Pride Month, are there any canonically trans characters of yours? No, because the ones I voice, I wouldn't feel right. I wouldn't feel like it was entirely appropriate for me to... Let's make it very clear. I sell sex. Right? Like, I'm peddling smut. There is a big narrative. There's plot. You can enjoy it without it. But in the end, I am, like, creating characters for the purpose of selling them for sexual gratification, right? So I feel like it would be a little fucked up for me to be like, okay, I'm also going to make a trans person for a character I voice, and I'm just going to continue business as usual. Like, that's, you know, an appropriate way for me to explore writing such a character. I am confident that I will be creating media at some point where I will write a trans character. I will not always be making this, right? Like, I will either in a book or somewhere doing something. I will. But for the purposes of what I'm doing here, I have not got there yet. Now, that's not to say that I couldn't write a character that isn't voiced by me and then I would cast appropriately. I think that would be really cool. But, you know, I just don't think that's necessarily for me to have done with my current avenue. You feel me? Who's your favorite celebrity? Talk about whiplash. Who do I enjoy right now? I like Guillermo del Toro. I fucked his name up real bad there. Guillermo del Toro. There we go. I enjoy him a lot. Who else has been on a good run? I like Chapel Roan a lot. I am a Chapel Roan enjoyer. I think people who categorize her as like mean are goofy. How does Finn feel about having a plushie of himself? Oh, you know, he's probably having an existential crisis. But out of everyone, you'd think he would be like, oh, that's fair. There's a million versions of me. Of course there's a plushie. Excuse me. Let's see. Lynn says, less of a question and more of a cool thing I wanted to share. I got a custom message from Oron, which you can order over on VGen, by the way. Links in the description. Thank you for the plug, Linz. A while back, asking for some encouragement while I was job searching. It had been months. I'd had dozens of interviews and nothing was panning out. Literally the day after I received the message, I got hired at a temp job, and this week I received confirmation that when my contracted hours are up, I'll be hired on permanently. The magic of the YuuriVoice got me a job that I love and I'm kicking ass at, so thank you so much for the boost I needed. Congratulations. I know that's got to be a huge weight off your shoulders. I'm happy. And thank you for commissioning me. Saturday asks, if you're able to disclose, what does the process of getting the plushies made look like from start to finish? What's your favorite part of that process, and what tends to be the most difficult part? Ooh, I can answer that one. Also, I like that Finn's little ponytail is part of the plush. It's so cute looking. I love it. If you guys look at the pictures, you can see it back there. It's just a little bloop. And it's very fun to grab it and use it to like steer him around. Yeah, so the way it goes is you send over references. So whether you have a mock-up of a plushie or if you just have the character, they'll use whatever you got, and we'll translate it to a plushie in the makeshift style. You give them as many details as you can. You can send references from other plushies. You can point out whatever. After, when we got done with, I can't remember if we did this for Charlie or not. I don't think I had Jackie doodle up a plushie for Charlie. I can't remember. But I know we did for Seth and Alphonse for sure. Because eventually I was like, okay, let's just right off the bat have something looking like we made it, you know? It's gotten easier now that we have multiple versions of plushies we've made in our line. So I can be like, hey, it needs to evoke the same vibes as these because this is the collection. So you send it over, you wait 3 to 6 weeks for the first draft, basically, and you see a completed plushie, and they give you the same shots that you get in this like product image pictures. You basically get those so you can see them from every angle. And then you get to either approve it or you get to send it back with notes on revision. The hardest part has always been the hair. It's always the hair. And my guess is that they probably try to They try to make the hair as simple as possible. And sometimes you have to be like, no, it needs to be... It's not gonna be simple. These are complex characters. We're not going for like a super simplified chibi form. It has to look like the character. But it only took 2 revisions to get Finn right. So it worked. But yeah. Life's definitely a lot easier when I have Jackie draw up a... Oh. I'm really worried about Oron's hair. So it'll not be too different from Finn's, because the front looks very, you know, it'll probably hang more like a curtain. And then the length in the back, I don't know. I don't even want to think about it. I don't even want to think about it. Now I'm stressed. I mean, we could... I don't know if the hair bun would look right. I don't think the hair bun looks right. If we do his original ponytail, it could really be Finn's, but just red. Yeah, like maybe the top bits are longer. Like just maybe make them just a little longer or something. I'm not gonna lie, I think a hair bun would look like ass on one of these plushies. I just don't think it would work. I mean, I don't know, I'm looking at the side profile. I just don't think... Yeah. I don't know. I'm very... So what I have to do is I go and look at every plushie Makeship has made. And I try to find similar styles and be like, hey, see how you did it here? It needs to be like this, but maybe with a little tweak. Worst case scenario, it does just end up looking like Finn's, but red. Oh, excuse me. Vampire Miranda 1998. Thank you for following me on Twitter. Yeah, because you just changed the expression in glasses and bingo bongo, you got an Orano. That's a Hall of Fame message, Jackie. It's a real... You're a real wordsmith. Orano looks like a fake Kickstarter, like, tech bullshit thing. I'm very specifically thinking about this sleep mask that I got conned into getting. It was terrible. I'm an idiot. What's your favorite thing about the design of Finn's cozy bedroom? The exposed brick. I'm a big slut for exposed brick. I'm not even gonna lie. Ooh. You know, like, in every TV show ever, when there's, like, a New York loft, and there's, like, the exposed brick wall? Fuck. Oh. Oh. Whacking the exposed brick. Whoa, Thea. I mean, I'm sorry that you hurt yourself on the exposed brick, but in my experience, my personal experience, whacking the exposed brick in my sleep hasn't hurt too bad. I'm a fucking idiot. No, don't whack my exposed brick. Bailiff, whack his pee-pee. Bong. Which of the boys would be the most calm about being turned into a marketable plushie? I feel like it would be Finn, because like he's been around. He's been through some stuff. Which of the boys would open an OnlyFans if they would? Alphonse. I feel like, you know, canonical. Oh my god, the Freg says, not a question, but I need you to know that I got into my floriography hyperfixation from Finn, your Finn, that one, and now I'm developing a video game that's deeply influenced by floriography. I likely wouldn't have my passion project without you, Yuri. Thank you so unbearably much for fueling my autism. Thank you. That's so cool, man. Would each of the boys who have plushie versions of themselves have one of their own for themselves? Who'd be the one to collect them if possible? Faust would have his own plushie. Faust would have his own plushie. Faust is going to be a lot of fun to design. Is he going to be last? I feel like it's going to go Oron, Faust, Lucian. So for everybody who's like, where's Lucian? We want Big Red audios, blah, blah, blah. Well, it'll happen when the plushie happens, for sure. So at least that is out there somewhere. Important. Does this mean Plush Finn is a shard of Everlast Finn? I don't know. Maybe. I think that's very silly. That would be funny. Would also canonize us. Huh. That's scary. That's a scary thought. Yuri, if you're a superhero, what's your favorite superpower? What did I think teleportation. I think it would be nice just to be anywhere. If I could just go. Can we give Lucian new art? Is that what you mean, Jackie? I feel like that's when you said that. I'm sure we could. All right. That's a lot of questions. Wow, we are 27%, 54 sold in the first 30 minutes. I feel like that's pretty good. Like things have been very quiet lately. So it's quiet plus the economy, you know, so. I don't know. What else are we talking about? I answered questions. Purple but without a phone asks, do you think Finn would enjoy having horns? Huh. Yeah, probably. I think he would be into it. I think so. Probably ask that on the work computer. Yeah. Will there ever... Sorry. Will there ever... Whoa, God. Will there ever be a giveaway of past or future plushies? Yeah, we do... We've done that. There will likely be giveaways for Finn. I have a pretty significant stock of Seth's, and I have some Alphonses. So, yeah. Oh. No, you were spacing out. You were spacing out, Thea. We ended with the thought of, like, does that canonize us? Will Charlie ever get another plushie version again? I don't know. They've mentioned potential reruns before. I don't know. Especially because, especially now, like it's... I'm concerned how many plushies will sell this time around because of the state of the world and people's wallets, obviously. So I'm not gonna beat myself up over how this one goes. But I'm sure sales will impact whether we get another run or get to do any shenanigans. Jammy asks, I was thinking, will Bunny Finn ever not be horny? I worry he's gonna put himself in a coma. Nah, I think that's his thing. I think when it comes to Bunny Finn, we forgo things like character depth or shame, and we just use him for one thing. One thing only. Unfortunately. I'm just here to trick him out. Are we getting the Finn sleep audio? So since I've been sick, stuff's kind of been up in the air because I thought I had a plan and then I was coughing. I would like to. Honestly, we'll see how it goes. Man, the Nintendo music's going crazy tonight. Kel asks, just as an artist has colors or even mediums they wouldn't use, does Finn have anything he can't particularly stand? A flower, a specific material? This is just a silly little question, honestly. Hope you've been having a great evening. Stay thriving. I have not thought of what he dislikes in terms of his floristry. I don't know. I would have to really contemplate and come up with some sort of funny gag. Saturday asks, are there any sneak peeks or tidbits you want to share right now? Alternatively, / if not, have you started any good shows recently? I have not started any good shows recently. I did try to start playing Expedition 33, and I got like a little bit into the prologue, and I struggled to commit to playing it because I'm worried that it's this really good game and I'm not going to be able to focus long enough to actually enjoy it. And I don't have the free time right now to really start playing it. So I bought the game, started playing the game, and then was like, oh, I shouldn't. In case you wondered if I'm still mentally ill or not. Happy Pride. Fuck. Anywho, sneak peeks or tidbits. What do we got? If I shake my brain. I talked about the withered fin thing. That's still coming. There's a lot going on in both of the scheduled audios. So there's a lot going on in the Finn audio. I think it's really great just as we're bringing Finn kind of up to date. But also I really like what we got going on there. And then in the Thomas audio, basically we get to find out why he was kind of hesitant about going to see Edwin, and we kind of figure out what his issue is and how it might relate to his brother and past events. So there's a lot going on in both of these upcoming audios. Beyond that, I don't know. I've got a lot I need to I need to sit down and kind of assess what I need to focus on getting done. Do I have a food allergy? No, but I am allergic to styrofoam, I found out. If I touch styrofoam too much, the back of my hands will break out in like eczema. Do you think Guzma will ever get more content for one of his series? For a series? No. I don't think I'm ever doing anything narrative with Guzma again. It will be like a one-shot, filthy fuck nasty audio is what it would probably be. Perchance will you play Date Everything? It's a dating sim where you date everything in your house. I am aware of Date Everything. I would like to play Date Everything. I think that would be a lot of fun. Maybe that would be a Faust. I know a Faust stream has to happen. I thought it was going to be one game, but maybe it should be Date Everything. We'll see. Specifically, it's packing styrofoam. And the like cheaper and shittier it is, the worse it is. My brain feels like it's full of soup. We're over 50 plushies sold. We're at 56. Will we meet Finn's ex? That, I promise you, that's not actually part of the canon. I have shed that bit of content that I didn't write. He didn't. I just said he didn't. I just said he didn't have one. Soupy brain. Did you drink water? Is it just one of those moments? I'm just congested. Yeah, I'm tired of being sick. You guys will at least get an hour out of me, but then I don't know how long I will hang out. I've got poor Haru. So he's got gastrointestinal issues. If you're familiar with the saga of my cats, you know Haru has been a tummy ache survivor forever. And that boy just keeps barfing. Like, he's not critical, because he's able to keep enough food down that he's not, like, starving or dying. But he's barfing too much. So we've been to the vet once. We started him on an antacid, and it has not helped. So he just keeps barfing. So I'm stressed again. So the next step is we're gonna try a different protein base in the food. So now we're gonna try salmon-based food. And this probably means we'll be switching the entire household, which probably means everybody's going to be fucking ripping ass terribly. I just, you know, it's a lot going on. Not a question, but I love the fact that Oron and Faust don't call each other stepbrothers. Yeah, I like that too. What's your dream dinner party? Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Oof. What do I want for dinner? I don't know. I would like to be... What sounds nice? Somewhere... Give me like a fucking restaurant overlooking the sea in Italy or some shit. Like out on a fucking overlook. Eating some spaghetti. You know what I'm saying? That sounds like a nice dinner party. Or take my ass to medieval times again. That sounds like a good time. No, you know what? You know what? A good dinner party. Just let me and the homies go to Chili's and we'll have some triple dippers. That's a nice dinner party. What was the app or website you used when you made your characters' birthdays? I do not remember. I did that under duress. Was there a specific inspiration for Thomas? What made you create him? Well, he started as like, I just wanted a big beefy blacksmith. I didn't really know any other details, just that he was baby. And then I never got around to making that happen. So, whenever it was time to shit or get off the pot, and I actually made him, I wanted a guy who was basically at the start of his character arc. I wanted to go all the way to the start. Minimal trauma. Like, he's lost people, but that is not such an extravagant trauma that it's like character defining, right? Like, a lot of people lose people. But he is isolated. And, you know, he has to make a choice. He has to make a choice whether or not he's, if he's gonna get involved or not. So I wanted a character who was very much like hero's journey, you know, fucking Luke on Tatooine type shit, right? I would say he's more competent than Luke was in the beginning, but and specifically because a lot of the cast had started to take shape in my mind at that point. I needed a guy who could represent like the common man. I needed a guy whose primary concern was like the people. Because, for example, we have Ulrich, who is going to be fueled by vengeance and sure, his people, but his people, he doesn't know who survived, where they've gone. He's out for blood and would like revenge. Other people who are involved have their other interests and purposes. But there wasn't anyone who was like, hey, what about the people who have nothing to do with this, right? Like the innocent, just people who happen to be here, or the people who got brought here. Like what about the folks who are going to get caught in the middle, right? I needed a guy who would serve that. So Thomas has, out of everyone, I would say probably has the best morals. Um, he's not willing to make sacrifices, right? Like, he's not willing to be like, oh, sure, well, if those people just happen to be there, I guess they're fucked. He's like, no, I will go out of my way to make sure that everyone is safe before we do anything, type shit. Because we needed that. I just didn't want... a great... And it's so awesome that... that Andor is happening... or has happened right as I'm going into this, because, like, speaking of Star Wars, Andor does a very good job of showing you how rebellion is messy and how multiple people have multiple ideas of how it should be happening, and how if you don't come to some sort of agreement, like, people are just going to do their own thing. Like, you can't... somebody has to make choices, right? Or people will either politic or will just start fucking killing people, and there's no, like, process. And Andor does such a great job of showing the different avenues of how that's playing out. Anime Welkin with the $10 super chat says, checking into stream before dinner. Comments are saying you have a pet cat and something's going on with them. Didn't know you have pets, but I love cats and wish you the best. Happy Pride. Thank you. I do. Haru, he's a tummy ache survivor. But he's okay. He's gonna be fine. Thank you again. I just... Andor does a really good job of, like... there's a character named Saw Gerrera who in the Rogue One movie is really not favorably portrayed. He was in Clone Wars, I believe. So he had existed, but then in Rogue One, he basically becomes like a fucking... It's a terrorist caricature is kind of what they reduce him to, him and his rebels. So Andor does a really good job of showing you, like, hey, he's a little unhinged, but there's like a method to the madness, and you will have to contend with the idea of using a person like him to win in a rebellion. And you'll have to accept that, like, somebody has to do the dirty work, right? Like, you don't get to come out of this clean, and you don't get to have a moral high ground over this guy, because in the end, you're both marching in the same direction. And sure enough, when people do try to have a moral high ground, he's like, well, fuck you, I'm not helping, and could literally cost them everything. So... anywho, I like Saw Gerrera. I also like that they did something in Andor that, like, explained something, like a quirk they gave him for no reason. And they were like, hey, what if he was doing that because this? Anywho, my stuff is not going to be that fucking intricate. We do got to watch Andor. We should make plans. I would enjoy a rewatch. I would enjoy a rewatch very much. There's something really neat about, like, Edwin has a line in the Tower episode 1 that says, was it hope and wrath are equally blind? And there's definitely something to that, where it's like, hey, wrath on either side of this coin is going to look a certain way, and you trying to pretend that it won't is just going to hurt whatever fucking moral ideas are in your head. Like, you have to accept that that's going to be part of the equation. And the more you try to make it not, the more you're going to suppress this thing. And if you suppress this thing, it will explode. And that goes both ways. And to pretend that there isn't wrath is just a surefire way that somewhere down the line, there's going to be a choke point where pressure starts to build and it will explode. Oh no, Finn! Plushie just fell off the desk. Let's see. We had a few more questions come in. Would Oron indulge Rook in a snowball fight in the winter? I think so. That would be cute. Will we see the Bittersweet Boys and Charlie in Lost and Found or Bittersweet? I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I think the Bittersweet Boys are a little isolated at the moment. But, you know, stuff's happening. What listener is most likely to get away with murder? Probably Rook, because Oron would help, right? Like, he has access to, $57 lads out the door. I think tomorrow's video is going to be a big push to get plushies sold, I think. Ugh. Where did I put my phone? Hello? Phone? Oh, that's a good point. So there will be Finn streams coming up. I just need to stop being sick. If I can stop being sick, I can get shit done again. Well, shoot, chat. Listen, so Emergency has these, like... So Emergency is a brand that has just vitamins specifically made for boosting your immune system. And they've got these fucking gummies that are the size... I don't even know. I don't know what to... Imagine a gummy. Triple the size of that gummy. Now, you have to eat 3 of them to get a single serving. So I have to eat 3 of these fucking gummies. So I just like fill my mouth with chewy bullshit. Just to get some vitamin C and D and zinc. Quarter size. Yeah, like a quarter, and then make it a button-sized gummy. Yeah. A lifesaver gummy size? Yeah, but like round. Like make it a button. Take care of yourself. Yeah, for real. Oh. 57 fins sold is pretty good. I feel pretty good about 58. You know, it's been quiet for Finn too, so I'm sure a lot of Finn stands. Yes, Jackie was here when I got them. Yeah. So she saw them. Oy. I have to go to the pet store to get food. So I guess I'm going to do that. Even though I want to go home and go to sleep. Yeah, I did make kind of an ordeal out of eating the gummies. Yeah, for me, it's Finn and Pastel Alphonse are my faves. I enjoy them quite a bit. Best of wishes to you and your feline charges. So tomorrow, 6 o'clock, new Finn. I think I need to schedule that to post. On Patreon, I mean. There's so much to do. All right. Maybe I'll cut you a deal, chat. I'm going to wrap up stream, but I'm going to go film the VTuber Finn promo for the plushie thing. So join us tomorrow for the premiere. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think you guys are going to like the direction we're going in. And yeah. Oh, hi, Purple. I'm sorry you had lost your phone. Take care, y'all. Thank you to everyone who got a plushie. I appreciate y'all. Bye, everyone.